Good evening. In this session, let's look at a question related to the President of India. The question is looking very simple, but whether we can answer it correctly or not, that is important. Consider the following assertion and reason and choose the correct code. Earlier also I have explained you how to answer this assertion and reason questions. Now we need to read both assertion and reason. We need to find out whether assertion is right or reason is right or both are right. If both are right, is there any link between reason and the assertion? Meaning whether the reason is explaining the assertion or not. So that accordingly we need to choose our option A, B, C, D. Now let's look at the question. Assertion: the president is the executive power of the union. That is very much correct. Article 53 mentions the same. The president is the executive power of the union. So statement meaning assertion is very much right. Now let's look at the reason. The executive power of the union shall be vested in the president. Where did we read this? We read this statement under article number 53 of the Constitution. Hope you all remember this. Very important one. I emphatically said during the time of the explanation of this particular article. The executive power of the union shall be vested in the president and shall be exercised by him either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the Constitution. Reason is very much right. This is as it is given in article number 53. Clear? Now the point is that whether the reason is explaining the assertion. Obviously the assertion is mentioning about the executive power of the union, right? And that is the president is the executive power of the union, and assertion is reason is explaining the assertion. So obviously both are right and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. So like this, we need to go for answering this. Clear? Kindly remember, every time I cannot say assertion is right, every time I cannot say reason is right, every time I cannot say reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. So we need to read carefully and find out. Clear? And look at this. The president is the executive power of the union. So that is the statement, and we know this is very much right. Tomorrow in the examination, instead of president, they may give you prime minister. The prime minister is the executive power of the union, right? So obviously you need to be very careful in answering such type of questions. What Constitution says, that is important for us, right? And according to Constitution, the president is the executive power of the union, not the prime minister. So you have to read very carefully. We know very clearly prime minister is the de facto head, president is the de jure head, right? But what is mentioned in the Constitution, that is important for answering the question. Fine. So that's the reason why you need to have a clarity whenever you are reading any article under the Constitution. Fine. That's all for the day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next session.